All right. We is back up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Pro Conversations podcast. Well, I love you, Jace.
This is your boy Derek.
Yes, sir. And today we have like a very cool episode. We're just talking about more of the free agency. The first week of free agency is over. We are now in the second week, basically at the tail end, I would say, you know what I'm saying, for most of the, free agents probably going to start filling in once LeBron makes his decision. You still got, players out there like Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, you know what I'm saying, James Harden, Draymond Green, people that we feel like may return to the teams that they just were on, and some people that, trying to load up on a championship caliber squad. You know what I'm saying? So just going to discuss that. We're going to discuss Brad Stevenson's and the governor of the Boston Celtics press conference today, because all of the trades are official now. All the trades are official now because today was officially, as a recording of this episode, today was the official first day of the season. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to this. Let's go. Let's get into it. Yeah, so like I said, we was getting into the Brad Stevens debacle. And, they had plenty of questions of, why did he do this? How did we get here? And he was in there really politician-like, very PR trained-like, very robotic for the most part. He kept whatever they told him in that PR room and leading up to this press conference, he definitely stuck to it. He stuck to it. All I have to say is optionality. But let's see what Derek feels about this press conference, and I'm gonna give my take, and then we're gonna move forward from that.
Yeah, press conferences are not something I really watch because it's just, just politics and stuff. Unless you get like motherfuckers who typically speak their mind, then yeah, it's like, what's the point? It's like you could just, I just, take every word for a grain of salt and just like wait. So what happens after? It's like it's really see what they really meant. And it seems he's just up there like just, saying what has to be said, not what people want said. And you keep hearing this word a lot. And that was optionality. Had the word just come across like in all sparkles and shit, just optionality, rainbows and shit. And I was like, at first he said it once. I was like, okay, it's just like, okay. Then he said it again, third time, fourth time. I'm like, even the reporter's like, yeah, you keep saying this stuff about optionality. I was like, okay, what the fuck does this word be? Why does he keep saying this? I had to look it up. The strategic value of having choices. It represents the flexibility to adapt to future circumstances, allowing you to capture large potential gains while limiting downside risk. Now, you have to ask yourselves, do you really have optionality? Honestly, at best, you somewhat do with the picks. Worse, you don't with the Paul George contract. Now, he did say something about it, like, it's like either, you have deal with Paul George's current contract or having to deal with, I feel like that's what the optionality came through, where dealing with the potential extension that you would have to give to Jaylen Brown. But it's like, that's when you said like, hey bro, we got like 70% of our stuff is going to two people. And that's when before that, at the point I was like, yeah, and after this trade, 70% of your shit is still the two players and the JT and Paul George. So like that's where it keeps. I was like, all right, what are y'all gonna do about this whole money situation? Like honestly, because all you really did with trading away Jaylen Brown is like, hey, we won't have to pay a Paul George amount in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still paying the Paul George, but right now you're paying the Paul George amount right now. So I'm like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna move some money around? Whatever, they're gonna restructure. Like, what's exactly gonna happen? Because yeah, you're kind of fucked. So it's like, and just the genuine questions where it's just like, hey, bro, like, what you gotta say about this, about how these people would have felt, whatever. They gotta. He's like, hey, bro, I know stuff. I'll definitely lost sleep over this. I'm like, okay.
Said that shit like 5 times, mind you.
And it's like, okay, you lost sleep over it. It doesn't change the fact you did this shit. Like, I'm like, unless you like got tears running down your face, I really don't care. So like, yeah, I'm just, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really add a whole lot to me. If anything, it showed me a bit of a glimpse between the dynamic of Brad Stevens and Bill Chisholm, and what Bill Chisholm was looking is aiming towards. Mind you, this nigga is like they say he's the governor. I think he's also like the new majority owner.
Oh, that's what.
Keyword.
So that's what governor was supposed to transition into, but some people don't really keep saying it. Like it was a whole thing, especially like after what's his name, bro? The whole Clippers debacle. After that happened, that kind of was like, let's get away from that terminology. Let's move into to governor and all that shit. They govern the team, nigga. No, they stayed on that shit for like 6 months. Everybody kept saying it.
I feel like it's like governor is just really. I feel like they only use that word if it's just like, all right, it's like somewhat of an actual position. That's like a little bit different from an owner just being an owner. You feel me? Like on some like
Oh
Jerry
wait,
Jones.
so you trying to say they should keep owner if the motherfucker just own the team, but if they're actually involved in decision and actually are active around the team instead of just being the motherfucker in shadows, they should be a governor. Like you just own it, you just here, you just.
So I pay for it. You pay for this shit. Like y'all, yeah, they actually doing shit. I'm like, yeah, just call that nigga the governor.
Okay, I like that. I actually do fuck with that.
And it's probably also the fact the word majority owner, meaning it's it's a whole ownership group. So it's like, yeah, if it was sole owner, then it's just like, I'm not even. That's when I'm like, yeah, you can take that word away. If you're sole owner, then yeah, owner, governor, whatever the fuck. I'm just gonna call you the owner. But if it's like you're a part of a group and you're like head of the shit and you're making moves, yeah, I'm definitely gonna call you the governor, if anything, so I can like have somewhat of a differentiate from you and the other niggas.
I feel that.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that press conference?
Yeah, like I said, very PR driven. I don't believe that we lost a lot of sleep. Like it takes me back when I was 8 years old and we didn't care about second round picks and I don't want to hear that shit, bro. That's another part of your PR training. You're trying to bring out relatability. Like I relate to the fans. I'm just like you guys. You the motherfucker that did it. What are you talking about? Don't nobody want to hear that shit, bro. And then you clearly wasn't prepared for the heat. You probably went in there or somebody went in there before this shit started. Because when I watched the press conference straight out of Boston, it starts already, you already talking. It wasn't like Dallas Mavericks after Luka. You see Jason Kidd sit down. You see the owner sit down. You see, it being empty. And then it fills up and then they talking. No. As soon as that bitch start, you already, we're talking about Jaylen Brown. What the fuck happened? What's the precursor? It's no precursor because nigga was in there. Hey, don't say this. Don't you ask no questions. Don't you say shit back there. We already know how you is. You don't say nothing. You be quiet. If you gonna say something, make sure it's this. That's probably what happened. And apparently some of the motherfuckers did not get the memo because they was still on his ass and he was definitely shooken by some of the grills that he was getting, man. Like, I don't get it. I understand that you think it adds optionality, whatever the fuck the word was. I get that you think that's what this is. And then you're also acknowledging so you don't get, like, it's my thing, bro. This is my thing. You made the decision. You gave a reason for the decision. Stand on it. Don't say, I'm not saying it's the best decision. No, say it's the best decision. Stand on it. Say it's going to help the organization. Say it's going to make the team better. They kept trying to get you to say that. You was like, did it because Paul George is a good player and we got picks. I'm not saying that it'll make the team. So what the fuck did you do it for then? If it's not going to make the team better and you're not standing on it because you don't know if it's going to work or not, then what was the point? Why are we making decisions we don't know work, especially something this big when we already got something proven? I get what you're trying to do because you brought up looking at the playoffs and looking at the teams that won a championship. You saw talking about the Knicks. You're looking at OKC. You're looking at Denver a few years ago. These are teams that are not just based off of one or two guys. The whole squad is going crazy. Even y'all. That's another thing. Even when y'all won, it wasn't because y'all just had two people. Y'all had a squad. You had Drew Holiday, Derek White.
Most of them homegrown.
Also homegrown, like you had a squad. You brought in Drew and KP the same year and y'all took the fuck off. Y'all lost in the second round to the Knicks and y'all just got rid of everybody. Like, hey, SpongeBob in the office burning the fire. Like, why? I get it. Second round, you keep talking about, yeah, but we ready to pay some money. We ready to pay some money. Where? KP, gone. Drew Holiday, gone. Jaylen Brown, gone. Derek White, consistently in trade rumors. What are we talking about? Spend money where? Let's give it all to JT wasn't playing last year. Up until the last minute. The guy who was playing and busting his ass to get y'all to the second round, you got him the fuck up out of there. Why? Because his trade value was the highest? I was really wanting somebody to say, even though, I don't see why they would do it. But at the same time, I don't see why they trade Jaylen Brown. Why not trade Jason Tatum? Why nobody asked that? Hey, what do you think about trading Jason Tatum? Like, nobody asked him that. I wonder what his answer would have been. Then he says, this was like really key. He starts talking about usage rate and stuff like that. And then a guy asks him about the analytics. He says, that was a very small percentage of my thinking that went into this decision was the analytics part. I wasn't really thinking about the analytics, but you keep bringing up usage rate. And most of the possessions coming from 2 ball dominant players. So then they ask him to try to get him to double down on, do you feel like Paul George is a better fit for this team going forward than Jaylen Brown? He says, that's what I'm talking about with clickbait and trying to pull out pieces of what I'm saying. I feel like we got picks and we got Paul George.
Also, I don't know.
Jaylen Brown is a hell of a player. I love Jaylen Brown. When you have Jaylen Brown on your team, you have to get the ball in his hands. And that's what you have to do. Now, then he says, Paul George is a different player. Jaylen Brown is a hell of a player, but Paul George is a different player. What the fuck does that mean? Because only thing I can think of is that Paul George has gotten to a point since OKC times, gotten to a point where he could play off ball. That's why I was saying he's one of the best shooters. He's became one of the best shooters in the league, like from 3-point, especially off catch and shoot, and was third in MVP that second year in OKC, dog. He went crazy. I think he made the most threes that year, had the highest percentage. He went absolute insane. Catch and shoot off Westbrook assists. Now, that's the only thing I can think of because Paul George can definitely be a person that's ball dominant and have possessions run through him. And another thing I thought about was those rumors we kept hearing for Brian Windhorst and other reporters saying that they view, behind the scenes, they view Peyton Pritchard, the white boy that's been on this team for a minute, as Jaylen Brown 2.0. Jalen Brunson 2.0. You know, I'm confused. That's what it is. That's what it's doing to my head. It's confusing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of optionality in my head right now, bro. Like, that's what's going on. They view him as Jalen Brunson 2.0, and that gave me what I need to know right there. They're trying to model this team somehow, some way, like the Knicks, and it's not gonna work. You should have been yourselves, did what was working. Y'all got the second seed without JT. Run it back with JT and Mitchell Robinson now. Come on. You said, fuck that. Hey, they had 10 years of great success. Nobody has won more motherfucking games than Jaylen Brown since he entered the league. The man has went to six Eastern Conference Finals. The man was the Finals MVP and the Eastern Conference MVP in the same damn season. The man was locking up every goddamn body. He literally erased that, I can't dribble with my left. Killed that whole narrative. Got that shit the fuck up out of here. And he already told niggas why it was happening. He had an injury, but he wouldn't tell nobody. So he got a dog. Another one. Because the other one you had that balled out and dropped 50 points after his sister died in a car accident, you got him the fuck up out of there. So you got blessed some kind of way with another one who was around for that time too. Jaylen Brown was around in that team. Jaylen Brown got in the league a year before Tatum did. Flat top. So this is, I don't know. I think this is going to be, if JT doesn't ball out and they get below second seed, they get spanked or they make it to play in. They don't have no success. This is going to be one of the worst trades in recent memory. Similar to the Luka Doncic trade. I don't know if it'll tank the whole organization because, I mean, they still have JT. After Luka left, they didn't have Kyrie at AD because they started getting injured right immediately after that. We didn't even get a very short runway. So hopefully JT stays healthy, gets to play with the squad, they do some things to get something going. But if they don't, this is going to be one of the worst trades in recent memory. This will be the same trade that got Jaylen Brown and JT to the Celtics in the first place. Trading them picks for the dynamic trio that is Jason Terry, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett to the Brooklyn Nets. Let's go. Another amazing trade that happened. But let's move forward from that, man.
As of now, all three of the host countries are eliminated from the World Cup. USA just lost to Belgium 4-1. So, yeah, I was really hoping Mexico would beat England. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, yeah. Shout out US soccer teams. Shout out Mexico. Shout out Canada as well.
You know what I'm saying? Ciao.
Blame Canada, bro. Cause y'all got knocked out first, bro. Niggas
Said put it
inspired.
on Canada, bro. You tripping. No problems with Drake and them, bro.
Shout out them three. This will be the last World Cup ever featuring Neymar and Ronaldo. They said this will be the last World Cup they will be participating in.
Damn.
So, yeah, an end of an era.
Definitely in the era.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Back to this hoop talk.
Back to the hoop talk. DeAndre Ayton got traded to the Wizards with Jaden Hardy and some picks. Don't really know what the full plan is for Los Angeles. I mean, I definitely could have saw him coming off the bench for Walker Kessler. But I also see that probably would have been a problem for him and his little ego. So I get it. But sometimes you don't be coming off the bench in Washington. Bearing that Anthony Davis trade, or I'm not even going to say that other word because I don't want to put that on him. But yeah, you already got enough going on. But bearing that Anthony Davis trade happens or something else.
It's up to Brian Keefe, man. Who do you want to start? Him or Alex Sarr, bro? Shit. If my 80's not healthy, Sarr and Ayton.
That would be crazy.
Because you got a big that can shoot. I say Sarr improved on his shooting from his rookie year. Now, in regards to the certain things you would want out of a big, I don't know if you're going to get all of them to their fullest potential. Hopefully, Brian Keefe is capable of that. I don't know. Brian Keefe is still a question mark for me. Yeah. Wizards are the fattest of question marks I have ever seen.
Yeah, it was like that last year. If you go look at our first couple episodes, we didn't know what the hell was going on over there.
It's weirder because you got all-stars there. I'm like the fuck? You got Trae Young. You now got the number 1 overall pick. You have another former overall pick. You got Alex Sarr. You got to use the number 2 overall pick. You have another former number 1 overall pick in AD. And you got these promising guards and wings. Yeah, and Trey Johnson, Bob Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly. I feel like I'm missing a name. Will Riley. So it's like, yeah, they're getting to that stage where it's okay. Upon this season, like with the personnel you got, I'm looking at you, Trey Young, and AD. That y'all be healthy, and we can see how well that team goes, and it's how the season ends will determine certain moves. Honestly. So if it goes well, it's like, all right, now front office can make some moves. If it doesn't go well, then it's at that point, do you want Brian Keefe still there at the head coaching position? Because I'm liking what Will Dawkins is doing at GM. I haven't seen any complete busts so far from his picks. All of his picks have seemed promising so far. So yeah, it's just every question. I would do like to see what Ayton can bring to it, because this is the one player outside of him going to the fucking Trailblazers, where I'm like, all right, what can he add to this team for him?
To this Washington team? I don't really know, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really know what he can add to this Washington team.
That's the thing. You can't. Because you can't really teach a motor to somebody. You can't just coach a motor into somebody unless you're like one hell of a coach.
Bro, they was giving him bottles of water taped with DeAndre's crunk juice or something like that. I can't remember what it was, to keep him motivated. No, there's nothing you can do. They had Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker on the same team, and they still didn't keep him motivated. I don't want to hear that, bro. There's nothing you can do.
He was on a team that was actively tanking. Could not proceeded to play worse. That's typically on teams where you assume like niggas to thrive in. Niggas like him to thrive in.
Like, bro, we seen Dwight went to Atlanta and was like going stupid. Dwight went to Charlotte and was going dumb. Like,
nigga, about 30-30.
Like, what are we talking about? He's getting 26 rebounds, 35 rebounds. Like, what's going on? Surgeons, I gotta get him over here. He how old? He's still hooping like this? Yeah, let's get him over here. You ain't doing that. What the hell you doing?
Had me thinking Do I Breathe was better than him. So I was like, yeah, nah. Lakers went to Lakers. I'm like, all right, this is, as far as I'm concerned, I saw that as like, all right, this is like your chance. Show niggas you're wrong. Meanwhile, niggas posting them are like, Lakers finally got their big. Meanwhile, fans are like, this nigga, oh my God.
Brother, this guy
So,
stinks.
it's like, I don't think the people posting these people know exactly who DeAndre Ayton is.
No, for real though.
So yeah, I, I don't know. Some off season coaching with like a nigga who would like kill him or something. I don't know.
Wait. You missing something important. Something important that you said. You talking about the coaching. They have Patrick Ewing and Steve Clifford now. That's some pretty good backup right there. Especially with acquisition like DeAndre Ayton.
That right there, not to say they're bad coaches. Let's say Steve Clifford at least, and I'll say he's a good coach.
You're not finna do the go.
Patrick Ewing
Did
was
you
pretty
practice that shot, Ewing? You're not finna do that, bro.
Patrick Ewing is okay as an assistant coach. It's just the fact they both came in at around the same time, so we're both like, what the hell are the Wizards cooking up right now?
Yeah,
Because that was some crazy ass additions to the staff. That's like Quinn Sox just being announced like, yeah, bro, Quinn Sox added Doc Rivers to his staff. I'm like, he did what?
Yeah, that would be crazy. It's come out of nowhere, especially somebody as established as Quinn Snyder. Like, speaking of that, how you feel about Billy Donovan to San Antonio?
I think that's a good move. You're getting a veteran coach like that on that staff for somebody like Mitch, because it's like Pop can only do so much from his role because he's still like the president and stuff, but he's not coaching anymore. So like he's not gonna be on the court, on the bench with y'all. So like yeah, you're in it. So it's like yeah, Mitch being the lead assistant is definitely gonna be very key. He has experience. He has.
Billy being the lead assistant.
Yeah, because if you were just telling me like yeah they just add him to like he's just an assistant on there, I'm like you could have added somebody better. Like you could have put like if you were just gonna add somebody like just whatever at that point, but lead assistant, yeah, you would definitely need somebody with experience. I feel like that's the best person to have a lead assistant is like especially when you're a young coach, is to have somebody who at least has been in your position before.
Yeah, fast.
So yeah, I definitely think that's a good move.
Yeah, I like it as well. I mean, you're getting somebody who's been through it on a college level and been through it on a professional level and has had to navigate superstars. You know what I'm saying? Man had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, two total different personalities right there, and was able to balance that out, get them to Western Conference Finals and all kind of things, all kind of different battles. And Chicago. Then
he was coaching them too when they had Paul George too, right?
I believe so. So yeah, he's done Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, the OK3 era. So he's been through a lot amount of things. So
maybe Chris Paul.
Definitely. Was he Chris Paul era too?
Chris Paul and Young.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just trying to see if was he still around for that, or was he already in Chicago by then?
Yep, he was.
Yeah, that's his last year on the team was that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was like him does not want to be there because that was a hell of a coaching job.
Yeah, that was the last time they were in the playoffs before. Yeah, his last year, that was the last time they were in the playoffs
before the resurgence.
And Mark took over.
Before the resurgence.
Mark took over. That's when they were like, all right, we're going to have to rebuild.
For sure. Because nobody had that team even making the playoffs. Chris Paul was like, yeah, nah. Got Steven Adams. We got, what's your name? We're just going to call you Lou Dort. We got him. Bring him over here. SGA, I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, you stand over here in the corner. We're going to get this shit garking. And they came out the fucking 5th seed. That shit was insane.
And fucking Dino Gallinari, get in here.
Y'all guys was hooping, bro. They was fucking hooping, dog. Like, that team was crazy. They're like one James Harden smart decision away from winning that game. He got jumped up and did a toe touch to move out the way from damn Lou Dort. Like, what the fuck? How do you have the awareness to do that shit in the middle of the game? The niggas be trying to say the bubble ain't elite hoops, bro. The bubble was definitely elite hoops. You had no distractions. It's y'all in the same arena every day. You mad as hell because you can't go home. You got to stay in this goddamn hotel the whole time. That was elite hoops. We'll never see nothing like that again. I would hope not.
Andre Robinson finally came back from injury, dog. I was like, okay, we got some. Mind you, they didn't play him for the playoffs, but still, I was like, yes, this nigga back. Can't shoot for shit. He's shooting okay right now, bro. I remember when he got hurt too. I was like, that nigga went up for that alley. That nigga went sideways. I said, oh.
All right, man. What else we got on here, man? What a topic, bro. Another crazy thing I seen today while I was at work, I actually was getting food from Taco Bell, and I'm in the fucking line. And this is not an endorsement, Taco Bell. I'm just saying where I was, and I get up there to the window, and I'm like saying, "What the fuck?" Like, so I'm pulling up because I'm looking at my phone. I got the thing set up to where the phone's like right in front of me, so I ain't got to touch it, so it's hands free type shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm glad I learned that because even though we'll get into that's a whole nother segue. But what the fuck? This nigga went to the ops. He is looking at me at the window. And he's looking around like, who is he talking to? I was like, Rui Hachimura went to the Clippers. He's like, damn, bro, it's so many trades happening. Like, bro, it's crazy. Like, nigga looking like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Sorry, forget this nigga food. This nigga talking to himself. Well, I just was that genuinely shocked. I was like, what the fuck? That's why I said that shit to y'all.
I did not know because legit, I was at the store. I went to Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see. By the time I saw that, it was like it had just happened 2 minutes. Like the news had probably got 2 minutes prior. So I'm like walking in with a whole fucking milk gallon in my hand. I'm like talking about Rui went to the ops. I'm like, what are you talking about? He went to the Clippers, okay? Because apparently he wanted to stay in LA.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to stay a Laker. Luka wanted him to stay a Laker. Rob said, fuck no.
And it was like they was trying to get a signing trade going on. Lakers was not cooperating.
Apparently, the last report came out is that the Clippers wasn't cooperating. The Lakers only wanted draft compensation. They wasn't looking for any players to add to the ring. They just wanted draft compensation. Clippers said, hell no, let's just sign them anyway.
Like, have you seen the Clippers in Knicks state? You think they're trying to give up picks?
They wilding for that. And bro, they already had the leverage. They signed him with the mid-level exception. They didn't even have to go crazy to get him.
You know how hard the Clippers fought to get picks out of the Raptors do not give out picks like that. They do give out picks, but not like that. And like they legit said they have not given out. They haven't give away back-to-back first-round picks in over a decade.
3 of them bitches.
We got 3 of them bitches. I was like, that was legit the only way for the quiet trade to happen. I was like, hey, bro, we want
that shit was done with 2. Them niggas said, nah, we need another one. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, we need another one, bro. This shit ain't done to the 6. We can pull back from this shit. So let's go ahead and send that motherfucker.
Fuck you mean no? All right, you can have BI back. All right, bro, we'll give you 3. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy move. Like Clippers, how I see them, they're in shit. They're in that space again. That shit the OKC was in the last year of Billy Donovan. Fucking where it was when they traded away Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, bro, we got good players. We'll see what we can do with this, bro.
I think they're in that season, that era, like when they had Tobias Harris and Patrick Beverly, Lou Will, and they took the KD Golden State Warriors to 6 games. I think that's in the era they're in. They have an opportunity right now to build a culture. The same thing I keep telling you about the Grizzlies, who just got Quentin Post, by the way.
They offered them.
He got an offer sheet. They got until 12 o'clock Tuesday, 11:59 Tuesday to sign to match that offer. I feel like they're not gonna match the offer because they're waiting on LeBron. Then you got DeMar DeRozan out here.
Here's the thing: the Warriors are the most confusing team so far. One of the most confusing teams so far this offseason. Cause every move I think they're not gonna make, they keep making it. Like I didn't think they was gonna bring back Steve Kerr, and they fucking re-signed him. I'm thinking, all right, they're gonna let Draymond go. I haven't heard any news, but I feel like they might fuck around and bring him back. Even after he said he feels like Steve Kerr held him back from his potential. Not on some disrespectful shit, but it's like, hey, bro, like everybody put me in a role that I feel like is best suited for him or something like that. But either way, Curry's still there. Curry's still going to be there.
Nah, but they gotta get rid of Curry, bro. Curry gotta go, bro.
So their roster.
For their whole deal to go through, bro.
And mind you, they're not even like the worst when it comes to the offseason moves so far.
Go to state.
Because, yeah.
Haven't done anything. That's why he's not the worst. Like, haven't done shit yet.
It's like they're still a team who not only has a big trade candidate on their roster, but their only move was so far for agency was re-signing DeAndre Jordan.
You mean the Pelicans?
Yes, that's literally the only move they did.
Yeah, but I thought we were still talking about the Warriors. I ain't hear you call
Yeah.
them like that. Okay.
It was like, yeah. So key, they can try a trade for Trey Murphy.
I like it, but and what on top of that, they did just lower their asking price to 3 first-round picks. Still feel like that's insane. You just see 3 first-round picks go out for a guy who's a 2-time Finals MVP on 2 different teams, one of the best scorers ever, just had his most healthiest season, a defensive lock, and you're talking about a guy who hasn't really done shit in New Orleans, who has potential. No. Who the fuck? Y'all
Talking about Trey Murphy.
y'all wouldn't even get 3 picks for Zion Williamson.
They might. But
You know, damn.
yeah, I was like, that could be a move. But like, if Mike Dunleavy is smart, he would never get finessed by Joe Dumars. That would be insane. If you manage to do a deal like that with Joe Dumars and niggas is telling you got fleeced, then yeah, you were not the rightful successor. I hate to break it to you. Cause boy, ain't no fucking way.
You're not living up to the hype, bro.
My God, you gonna follow Bob Myers and trade for Trey Murphy as your big move?
Yeah, it would be dumb as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
After re-signing Steve Kerr and entertain and like considering bringing in
Porzingis.
LeBron and bringing in Porzingis and then be like, okay, now let's add in LeBron and AD. Nigga, they're not gonna give up AD. Okay, let's just try to get LeBron.
And now your consistency plan that's been put out there now is to get DeMar DeRozan,
Who has just been waived today
and who's about to be 37 years old.
by the Sacramento Kings.
About to be 37 years old. You trying to put together the unction. Like, what are we doing?
Now,
That worked so well for LA Lakers a few years ago.
if you're a smart GM, you would sign DeMar DeRozan to a team where his play style makes sense.
Which would be
Unlike, fuck if I know. But
come on, man. Come on, bro. You're supposed to give out teams, but you can't say that and don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. Come on now.
I mean, I could. Let's leave it up to the comments, though. No, but either way,
Derek hypothesizes ball, CBS Sports.
too long of a word. But either way, Derek talks.
Oh, wait, I just got news. They moving that shit to PBS.
They just lost funding. They didn't even talk about sports.
It could be on his own YouTube channel. It's not gonna be a podcast. So.
Oh my God, I'm just with electric company just talking about. So how y'all feel about LeBron, kids? Like, look, LeBron, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Shit, bro.
But
Man,
he tomorrow
yes.
for LeBron. Oh, tomorrow.
I'm not talking about LeBron right now. We ain't got to LeBron. I feel like I already told y'all. 76ers is the best team for them to go. They got that whole whiteboard. They got Nuggets up there. They got Timberwolves would be nice too. I'm not gonna lie. Either one of those teams. They have the youth. They have the optionality, and they have the resources to get you where you want to go, bro. I feel like, and then with Philly, I feel like you go to Philly, those other sides of the shoe or the foot, whatever the fuck they call it, for the other shoe to drop, all the other shoes drop once you go to Philly, because y'all need veteran presence. You gonna get veterans.
One sign of vet minimum.
You gonna get vet minimums over there to go with that young squad.
Like, niggas don't have to give up a bag.
Sad.
He's only going purely for the love of the game.
I don't know if they're even gonna have space for any more vet minimums if you go to Minnesota. Like, that's gonna be the squad is a squad off rip. So you guys got to be happy with what you got, and I feel like you will be happy with what you got. It's very diverse. Like I said, they got size over there. Pause. The offense is gonna be clicking. The defense will be nice. What's not to like in Minnesota? Besides, you may not like the city. Other than that, you would love the team, the organization.
What if he doesn't like Target?
All right, bro.
Like, hey, bro, you seen what he said about Dallas, bro? Dallas could be a move. I mentioned it. I thought I was being unserious. That's because I was being unserious. But hey, bro,
Dallas
LeBron
would
likes it.
Dallas would be so weird.
LeBron likes it,
So
bro.
weird.
Picture LeBron in there, blue, bro.
Then
Blue
if Luca
Bron.
go back to not being able to win against LeBron would be sickening for him.
The Cowboy hat. Think about it. Texas LeBron arc. It's not going to be a long arc, but it's going to be an arc.
Hell no.
He's gonna arrive to his first game on horseback, bro. I can picture it. Cause for some reason that's what niggas do. He gonna be wearing that same fit Vince Warfork was wearing when he was with the damn Houston Texans, dog. Just fucking overalls and a cowboy hat.
Hell no.
Might be carrying around a jug with fucking X's on it, but hey, he's a straw in his mouth. It's a very stereotypical image, but still, Texas.
What is the record? It's 8-6. It's not even that far. 8-6 on LeBron Luca matchups. But LeBron goes crazy with stats wise when he plays against Luca. Goes insane. Yeah, that would be crazy though. Getting your ass whooped by LeBron, Kyrie, and Cooper Flag.
I mean, posted.
That's bad. That's a storyline though. It's a good storyline.
Kyrie and Cooper just looking down on you, bro. They just like, hey, bro, we got our new white boy now.
That's the thing though. You can't go in there like LeBron would have to be Kevin Love in this part. He can't go in there and make Cooper Flag Kevin Love. Like you're in your last leg. You be Kevin Love this time.
Well,
You do the outlet passes and shit like that, and do the catches, shoot, go to the basket.
You try to draw charges when niggas driving the dunk.
Yeah, like you don't.
They're
You
not gonna
can't
call
go.
block it out some of them times, so you're gonna have to eat some of them dunks. But hey, bro, you gotta do what it takes, man. Be Draymond.
I hope this don't happen though. I hope that shit does not happen at all.
Let it happen so I can be right, and I can make this nigga eat his words.
No.
Do it, LeBron. Do it, dog. Come to Texas, bro. Come to Texas, dog. Come to Texas. I ain't gonna come to no games. I don't care for Dallas like that. But hey, bro, do it so I can rub it in his face, bro. This nigga was wrong. See, I'm gonna tell hella shit since the episode started. Y'all niggas thought I was fucking playing. I was, but I was right.
You know what's funny though? What thing people have not talked about on this board? You look under Dallas. Brad and Tatum is on there. Nobody has said a word about that. People have skipped over that, like completely skipped over that. They talk about every single thing else on this board besides Spurs and Brad and Tatum. Everything else has gotten talked about. Like, has gotten broken down. Like, the main reasons for most of these teams is, the lineups. And then, like, the Cavs got breakdown of, they got negatives on their shit with no Darius Garland. They put a C- on that motherfucker.
I was like, hey, bro, they got wings, but hey, bro, no Garland. Because I didn't know he fought with Darius Garland like that.
Now, what I don't know, what is that besides the Nuggets thing in parentheses? What is that?
That's Stan. I think that's the owner.
For the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Okay, he must like him. He didn't put a negative on it. And then they didn't even get to New York, what the thing would be for that. But yeah, Brad and Tatum.
They mentioned that. Like, I remember Rich Paul mentioned that. He said if they hadn't won, there wouldn't be no whiteboard. He would have definitely head over there. He said, hey, bro, just need the Brunson sign of approval.
Yeah, for the Knicks? Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. He said he would have been a Knick for sure.
Yeah, because he's talked about that in previous years. Like, they had a plan. They never, obviously didn't work out, but, Chris Paul, D-Wade, Melo, LeBron all meeting in New York running the team. But like in their later years, but obviously it didn't happen. And two of them retired. Well, all of them retired, but two of them retired before the other two did, and they never even got on the team together because one kept talking about, I don't want to get on your train. I want to do my own thing, man. Like, and then go to Golden State Warriors. But hey, it is what it is. But I feel like that Brad and Tatum thing is very interesting. Because another thing, he does say we have free agents and other stuff going on that we can't talk about yet. So I don't know if that means like he can't talk about Mitchell Robinson and Mike Conley yet, or does that mean that
it's like I don't think that's it. And also I don't think like if it's like they could be talking about potential free agents they're looking at.
Yeah. Because I mean LeBron on this team, it looks weird, but hey, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Pritchard got to go back to that point, to that six-man role. I know that.
Him in the Celtics jerseys disturbs me.
It would be very disturbing. That's why I said Rondo on the Lakers. That's how weird it would be. That's how weird it would be.
Celtic Shaq.
Then you get used to it, and you're like, okay. I never really got used to Celtic Shaq. Even as a kid, I was like, this just ain't right, bro.
That's when I first heard about Shaq. I seen him on. I can't remember what game it was, but he was
Oh, that's
on. He was
crazy
on the
word.
Celtics. I was just like,
Like it's
okay.
it's it's the first time I heard of Shaq. Hell no.
So later when I found out, nigga was like, was not told anything about him at all. Was not told that he was an MVP, that he won multiple championships. Did not know he was like a whole Hall of Famer.
Man.
Well, he wasn't a Hall of Famer yet by this time. But either way, did not know. And I remember I seen somebody with a fucking Celtic Shaq jersey on, and I was just like, this guy must be like really good. Like,
All right, bro.
that's like for nigga to have his jersey on.
All right, bro. What the fuck? Hot the mud. Like, what?
God.
What is this man talking about, bro?
I'll be honest, because mind you, on the Celtics, he wasn't like he was like a straight up like starter or anything on that team. But he was still dog.
There's no way, man. I should cut this out, bro.
I mean, I was in elementary school when this happened. So it's just like this is elementary me talking. Like I wasn't in like in middle school or anything, dog. I wasn't even fully entrenched in NBA yet.
Oh my God. Okay.
Until
This
like
is gonna be a clip for sure.
until middle school. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. You funny
I
as hell.
can't.
I did not know that, bro. All this time. Damn. Look at Eddie. The whole about Lakers Shaq. You probably thought Skinny Shaq on the Magic was a myth. But that's AI. That is not him. He playing
That's
1v1 with Michael Jordan doing the All-Star game and shit. Because
Yeah.
that's definitely not him, bro.
I learned about majority of NBA players, at least like the well-known ones, until Cartoon Network had a partnership with NBA, and they would legit like have segments where they would like show NBA players. That's like one time there was a little thing they had. It was Kobe, and he was talking about like simple questions. You're like, "Hey, bro, what's your favorite food?" All this, whoop de whoop.
What year
It
was
was cool.
that?
I don't remember.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, I probably had no cable, bro, around that time.
Oh yeah, in Cartoon Network, their website they had NBA Playground. I think I want to say it was the one where it was like little motherfuckers and wearing the teen shit. Let me see, bro. It might not. No, that wasn't NBA Playground. It was something else.
Yeah, this was on games.
Yep. NBA Playground. That's
Game
2017.
system.
Fuck
Yeah, this
no.
was on game systems.
Let me see. I'm just gonna type in NBA Cartoon Network. Was it running back? They've been running back shit, probably. I think that's also when when did I first hear about Dwight Howard? I think I heard about him way before it. I think I found out about him through that. Either that or through the games. And then like it's wild. Pretty sure it was the games, then I seen him on Cartoon Network, and then I saw him on fucking Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they was definitely running players on Disney around that time.
Yeah. Fucking Chris Bosh was on. I knew Chris Bosh was big. No stuff. I didn't know like how cold he was. I knew he was good. Cause like I knew like all right, this like he's like I know he's a champion, all that stuff with the Heat. I ain't know about him like on the Raptors or anything, nothing like that. When I found out, I was like, this thing had dreads. I was like, what the fuck? That was such a crazy like. I was like, damn. I only knew him with the low cut on Miami.
Tight shit. All right, well, bro. We already hit everything. What we have not talked about is the NFL. The biggest running story right now, man. Your favorite player, one of the best wide receivers in the league, must be all time level the way he be acting, way he be talking. Gotta have had multiple 2,000-yard seasons and multiple over 10 touchdown seasons. He had to. 3-time Super Bowl winning, 3-time MVP vote getting level player, right? We're talking about, if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, we're talking about Brandon Ayuk out of San Francisco 49ers. A guy that has not played in 2 seasons. He been riding around in cars and talking shit on TV and doing all kind of shit. All on his phone, firing agents, wearing another team's gear while he's still currently under contract for a whole other team that has no plans to trade him anytime soon or waive him because they already signed him all that money. So it's very, very much confusing. It's given that same terrible stigma for our football players that, you know, it's every time. It's just giving us a bad rep, bro. When I say us, I mean black people. When I'm talking about that, but like, can we stop the dumb shit? Can we stop with the antics? Like, when has that shit really truly worked? The shit, especially in the way that you're doing it. When does that really work? Come on.
Well, I'll tell you what, it worked the first time when he got that damn extension. That nigga was doing all that little whining shit, bro. Talking about, hey, bro, you trade me, pay me, man, all that shit, wooty woo. And they gave him that fucking contract. And what this nigga do? The nigga fucking fucked up his leg and shit. Now the nigga want another trade. The fuck we give you? Fucking niggas get you money for it, nigga. I'm not even a 49ers fan, and I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody like, man, all right. You're not even a Pro Bowl receiver. You don't even have like a fan vote accolade. You got no All Pros, none of that stuff. You got none of that stuff. Deebo Samuel at least got something for them to be like, hey, bro, let me get this nigga contract. And he did all that little diva shit too. Did he do anything like worth it? Not really, no. That nigga's on the Commanders now. The place you're trying to go to. Because that's where your little college buddy is playing right now. You got your little contract. Get hurt. Hey man, shit happens. But you ain't really do nothing. You really ain't do nothing. You really think niggas is gonna trade you after they give you a contract? You think niggas are going to acquire you after they gave you that contract? Cause in order to cause teams gotta see like that you're worth all that. They do not see you worth all that, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Fortnite's really resigned cause like legit. At time, wasn't really not a whole lot of other options. Yeah, Juwan Jennings, but Juwan Jennings wasn't really up for like an extension yet. Now we look at now. You are asking for a trade from a team you just got an extension from. You just got hurt. So by far you have yet to prove you're worth that much. And you're asking for a trade, meaning somebody else has to take on that. No one's doing that. They're gonna want to restructure the minute you step foot in their city, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. So they can give you some shit that is not worth as much. I'm not gonna hold you, dog. There is no team right now that is that hungry for a receiver. Washington ain't even in a good spot when it comes to receivers. And they're like, nah, we're good, bro. Especially when you acting out like this. And when you out here acting like you on the team already, talking about go Commanders. Eventually Commanders like, yeah, no, we're not really gonna go for you, bro. I don't know what the fuck you mentioned us for. Nigga, we don't know you.
Yes, y'all do, bro. Y'all twin them, bro. You don't remember me being on the team? Like, bro, we been here, bro.
Nigga, that is that shit where Drake with the Duke basketball team, bro. It's like, hey, bro, this nigga, like, who the fuck is this?
I forgot about that. Elite ball knowledge. This man brought up some bullshit. I forgot about that. Hell
so,
no.
they ain't trade for you. You already talking shit to your buddy. You already talking shit to your buddy. Talking shit about him and his mama. Okay. Hey, watch. That boy James gonna be he gonna be in that defense here, bro. Cause he can't hit you. He gonna be in that defense here, bro, like Wemby. Tomorrow to fucking Mason Plumlee, you know.
It's gonna be Nelly talking to no
concussion.
Man, I think I made him shit himself. It's gonna be just like Locust Yard.
I think he made him shit himself. Shit. Niggas got him on a stretcher. I think he made him shit himself. Like, oh, damn. So, yeah. Last thing you need is I'm like, shit, hey, you fucking around, bro. Last thing you want is a bounty on your head in the NFL.
Nah, for real, though.
Because the boys ain't gonna leave no paper trail, bro. That's your ass.
For your hoof, yeah.
Here comes the boom.
Yo, all right, bro. We out, man. We out.
On them highlight reels, dog.
Yeah, bro.
You gonna play that shit where fucking what's his name? Reggie Bush got launched off his feet, and then it's gonna be your ass, nigga.
Shit, bro. You funny, man.